He's going to do his own intro. And then I will top it off. I know, I'm not damn it. Every time you in the Middle States once. Oh, was it 4? Okay.
Yeah. What's my name?
Jeff Niccoli.
Hi!
So, what's your intro?
My intro is, I'm here to prove that March Madness is not just related to the basketball court.
That's right. Jeff
Jeff Niccoli. Thank you, David Epstein. Please leave. My God. Hard to follow all that. Wow, we have a crowd tonight. And they're all sober people. Shit. I'm sorry, folks. I'm a lot fucking funnier when you're drunk. Really, honestly. So we're going to have to get this night started. Thank you from Peanut Gallery. First I got to pull my... Just let you be quiet for a minute, okay? Thank you. So, you all have the right to remain silent. Please don't. Anything you say can and will be used against you in this court of comedy. You have the right to be represented by a comedian and have a comedian present before any comedy if you should so desire. And if you cannot afford a comedian, you're really fucking broke, because these guys go cheap. They're cheaper than birthday presents. I'm going to tell you. But anyway, are we ready to commit some comedy? Party started. I've had some firsts this week, and they're not really necessarily nice firsts. There's really nothing that says drive 100 miles an hour while trying to find a toilet so you don't shit your pants, quite like truck stop pizza. Now I gotta tell you, it's just like an old prostitute. It looks really good while it's laying there, but you know you shouldn't eat it. But you do. And afterwards, you're just left with a bad taste in your mouth and a bunch of regrets. What? Yeah, that's for you. So the second thing, tonight I want to talk about Eric. Now, Eric really isn't my friend. He's not really my acquaintance. He's my current dumbass. Okay? Because, I got a text. Well, Eric actually mistook me for a girl named Ashley. So I got a text, and it said, Ashley, it was very nice to meet you the other night. And I said, okay, who's this? Because I could have told him I wasn't Ashley, but it just didn't seem right. So I said, well, who's this? And he said, well, this is Eric. If you show me yours, I'll show you mine. And of course, I still didn't tell him I wasn't Ashley. And I said, I texted him back, I said, you first. And I got my first dick pic. Now, I gotta tell you, I was kind of mad at first, but then I realized he really put a lot of effort into this picture. I mean, he was perfectly coiffed, heart-shaped pubes. The angle was dramatic. The lighting was spectacular. If it had been black and white, he would have been the Ansel Adams of dick pics. I'm going to tell you. So I sent him a text back that says, I remember you. You were sure a good kisser. And I sent him a dick pic back. And for the life of me, I can't get Eric to text me back anymore. Now, as far as your wrong number dick pics, I'm probably your worst nightmare. Because ever since I got Eric's phone number and name and the picture of his penis, I've been playing with it. His penis, that is. Figuratively. So the first thing I did is I signed Eric up for Grindr. I did. That's dick pic nirvana for you people that don't know. Because gay guys are the only ones that really like dick pics. My gay friends assure me. So the second thing I did with it is I posted his penis for sale on Craigslist. Now, I explained that my name is Eric, and I'm a preoperative transsexual, and I'm trying to sell my penis to raise money for my operation. Now, for some reason, I posted it for $5,000, and I had to have OVO. That's not right. Because, I'm sure Eric, he's such a creep. Oh, and then I had to also add Serious inquiries only. So, enough about Eric. So my little interaction with Eric really caused me to be curious about dick pics. Now, any of the ladies in the audience, has anybody ever successfully had sex with a woman because of a dick pic? Really? Anybody? Nobody. Okay, that's what I thought. So it caused me to be a little bit curious about the history of dick pics. So, what did I do? Well, of course, I got on Google. What the fuck else you do when you want to know something? So I found that dick pics have been around about as long as dicks have. The first dick pics, prehistoric times, cave cocks. Fast forward to Egyptian times, hieroglyphic hard-ons. Now I found out the most famous dick pic of all time was done of a guy named David by some Italian dude named Michelangelo. And then you fast forward to the turn of the century when Kodak had their first commercial camera, the Brownie camera, Brownie boners. So, man, my mouth's getting dry. Excuse me while I drink. So where was I? Oh, we were talking about dick pics. So fast forward to the 70s, my era, because I'm old. What exactly would you do? Now, Polaroid SX70 camera, you guys remember that? Yeah, Polaroid bricks. And you had to be really careful because if you held, that was a camera that shot a piece of film out. You had to be careful because if you held it close enough to your penis to get it in focus, you could get a paper cut. You really had to be careful about that. You know, the other options were you could have found a photo booth and stood on the seat. You know? But exactly in those days, what exactly would you have done with a dick pic? Because there's no animal. You could have taken a picture with an Instamatic camera and taken it to Photomat. But would you have had, what kind of cards would you have? Pictures? Would you have postcards made? And then what would you do with it? Would you write your name and phone number on them and walk around and go, hi, man. Hi, nice to meet you. My name's Jeff. No, you'd got slapped and you'd probably been arrested. So that's enough about dick pics, because you seem to be uninterested anymore. So now, I want to talk about my real life. Gentlemen, anybody in the audience married to a whore? Anybody, any ladies, is any of your husbands fucking the girl at 7-Eleven? No? Okay. Well, in my real life, I'm a private investigator. That's what I do. I have a state license to stalk. So, some interesting things about being a private investigator is I get these calls from people, and they say, I think my husband's fucking around on me. And I say, well, if you called me, that means they are. Because really, by the time you call me, you already know, right? And I don't want to say anything, but there's a couple people in the audience who probably owe me $500 a day plus expenses. I won't put it out right now. But the interesting thing about being a private investigator is I actually specialize in UFO cases. That's where somebody calls me and tells me that their spouse is unfortunately fucking others. Oh! So I had a call from a lady here recently who said that she suspected that her husband was fucking around on her with her girlfriend. And I said, how do you know? And she said, I smelled her pussy on his cock. That's a quote, quote unquote, that's what she told me. And I was shocked, because I thought that smell was generic. And apparently it isn't. So, anyway, now I've forgotten what the fucking rest of that was. Jesus Christ. Was that the line already? All right. Well, you know what? Then I'm going to bag out. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go the brilliant, beautiful David Johnson. Thank you very much for your time and for listening to my nonsense.